Ajay Bose, senior journalist, Ranjana Bajpai of the Samajwadi Party, Ami Agnik of the Congress, Shiv Shakti Bakshi is executive editor of Kamal Sandesh, and Sambit Patra is the BJP spokesperson. So, I want to begin by asking you, Ranjana Bajpai, do you think the BJP will call off what it is trying to do in Moradabad? Do you think the BJP will now call it off because it has been exposed that the BJP and the VHP are working together to somehow increase the communal temperature? Do you think because of this exposure, the BJP will pull back?
I don't think whether they will pull back or not, but I think it will be most proper for them to pull out of this movement and let the state be in peace instead of creating communal tension everywhere. They started from Muzaffarnagar and now they are doing the same in Moradabad.
Yeah. So, but you know, if the danger is that after, you know, this whole exposure, after it has been revealed what their designs are, why they are wrong, and if they then go and sort of break section 144, they try to provoke the police. Ajay Bose, are they risking their own image now if they do it? Because if they continue to go and do this together with the VHP, in Moradabad, then people will ask, why are you trying to communalize in this way? It's becoming very obvious, isn't it, Ajay?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very obvious, but the BJP should remember it's now power, it's in power in New Delhi.
Yeah.
It heads the central government. It no longer can see itself just as an opposition party in Uttar Pradesh.
Yeah.
So they have to be, you know, I think they have to realize that they are in power at the center. Mr. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister. The BJP is the ruling party at the center. So they cannot take a very narrow, myopic line, just the UP vision even if it gains them politically in UP.
But then
because I think they will lose a lot at, you know, as a national party.
No, if you see, the thing is, therefore, then the BJP will have to tell the Vishwa Hindu Parishad that stop this Jal Abhishek and all that you are doing, because on the one hand Narendra Modi is in power in Delhi, on the other hand they are saying that there is no religious freedom. Modi is in power in Delhi and you are breaking 144 and doing everything possible to communalize the situation in Moradabad, despite all that the Allahabad High Court has said, all right thinking people have said. Ami Agnik, do you think the BJP will pull back now?
I think when it is a very well-designed plan, now I don't think
clear,
so
but they pull back?
All this to pull out. I don't think so they'll pull back, because I think they have now become quite very confident with bringing all these plans, and despite doing so much harm to the nation, you know, by bringing out all this hidden agenda and going on a very designed path, I think they will not pull back.
So this option therefore is, and for viewers all over watching today, a lot of people are saying no, the Modi government will pull back and Amit Shah will be told to restrain the BJP leaders and say that, you know, we don't want any communal flare-up in this place, especially when it has had a history of a communal flare-up during the month of Ramzan. If you do it, you're risking your image. Sambit Patra and Shiv Shakti Bakshi, it is going to become increasingly difficult for the BJP to try to do this surreptitiously. You know, cameras are there, media is there, the whole issue has been debated, it is quite clear what you're doing. Don't you think it is in your interest to not do this time? Because you can't do it silently and pull back. Everyone's watching you and you'll really destroy your party's image if you continue doing what you are trying to do in Moradabad. Will you pull back? Will you pull back, Sambit Patra?
Yes or no, let me begin by reminding you of the fact that before the elections of 2014 Lok Sabha, all of you were shouting at the top of your voice, 2002, 2002, 2002. Suddenly the 2002 has become immaterial. And thereafter, about 2 months ago and before the elections, Muzaffarnagar, Muzaffarnagar. In 2002, Supreme Court said BJP was not responsible, Modi was not responsible. In Muzaffarnagar, Supreme Court said no, it was the Samajwadi Party which erred. And today, you have added a new tag, Moradabad and Moradabad. I'm astonished, Arnab, even if the riot is not taking place, by the repeated discussions of this sort, are you forcing a riot on this country? What is this meaning?
Mr. Patra, I am so astonished, I'm surprised,
Then why are you surprised?
And let me please respond to you, because you know there are two things, Mr. Patra, that you must understand. The Vishwa Hindu Parishad BJP nexus has become impossible to deny right now. The BJP, including the present Home Minister of India, supported the VHP's Kosi Parakram Yatra, citing religious freedom, despite Section 144 being imposed on them. At that point of time, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi of your party, in fact, I'm very surprised, Mr. Patra, that you are completely, I think you're from the BJP, but you have no idea at all what BJP leaders have said in the past and what their positions have been. So I must expose your ignorance. On the 25th of August 2013,
I'm ignorant about all
on the
affairs
25th,
you are very learned about.
No, I'm not learned. I just have a good memory. I don't have selective memory and selective amnesia like you. On the 25th of August 2013, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi was asked, what do you think about what the VHP is trying to do? At that time, he said, this is the program of the VHP. BJP only supports it. Now what is happening? It is not supporting anymore. The BJP leaders are going there tomorrow. The VHP leaders... One minute. Let me complete, please. BJP leaders are going there tomorrow. VHP leaders are trying to go today. BJP leaders are saying we are questioning the SSP. VHP leaders say we want the this particular loudspeaker to be put in the temple. I have been asking repeatedly, and no BJP leader explains. कि करे पे हुआ क्या आपको? कि अचानक आपको you are so hell bent that one loudspeaker in one temple in a predominantly Muslim area in Moradabad, which has had a history of communal trouble, that one loudspeaker has to be put, and that loudspeaker is a new phenomenon. There is no tradition of a temple having a loudspeaker. You create a temple, you create a conflict, then you want to go there, then you want to escalate the situation, then you want to have a Mahapanchayat. When you have a Mahapanchayat, you send that, what is that gunda in your party? Sangeet Som. You sent your main gunda Sangeet Som into the area and you say that you create the trouble out there.
And after the trouble is created,
Mr. Sambit Patra, let me complete. After the trouble,
you cannot continue for half an hour. Let me answer your question.
What happens is, Mr. Patra,
I have got your
you have not got the question. You listen to it a little bit more.
You speak for half an hour and then you want an answer within 10 seconds.
No, because you have to be exposed tonight. Despite arrests in your last attempt to communalize, you have a sudden pang to get this loudspeaker installed.
You have towards a particular community.
Mr. Patra, don't talk about community. Don't bring religion into this.
Why not?
Don't use religion. People who are good Hindus don't create trouble. Good Hindus don't create violence. Good Hindus don't believe in communalizing. Good Hindus don't pit people against each other. Good Hindus don't look for issues to fight. Good Hindus don't try and attack people. Good Hindus don't derive political violence. You are being a bad Hindu if you create trouble, Mr. Don't teach me Hinduism. Don't teach me Hinduism. Don't teach me Hinduism, Mr. Patra. Hinduism does not mean violence. Hinduism does not mean violence. Don't teach me Hinduism. Don't teach me what is right or wrong for a community. Mr. Patra, Hinduism does not believe in violence. Hinduism does not believe in violence. Hinduism does not believe in violence, and Hinduism does not believe in provoking violence.
If you ask a question, I have to answer.
Hinduism does not believe in provoking violence.
So, Hinduism
does not believe in the Hinduism I believe in does not believe in provoking violence.
You said that if there is a Muslim
the Hinduism I believe in does not believe in provoking violence. You don't provoke this provocative politics.
You don't say that. You don't say that again. You are absolutely wrong over here. How did you say that if Muslims are in majority in a particular area, you cannot have a loudspeaker? Why so? Why so? Cannot Hindus and Muslims exist in harmony? If Muslims are in majority in some area, do the Hindus lose the right to live there?
Oh my God!
Do they lose their right to live there? What are you saying? What are you saying?
It appears to me, Mr. Patra, with respect. Just one minute. It appears to me today. One second.
We have all heard what you said right now. You said that over one temple, why can't the Hindus who are in minority there live their rights?
Mr. Patra, you see.
Why can't they coexist harmoniously? Why can't they coexist harmoniously?
You see, one second. You see, I don't
Or no.
understand. It looks to me, appears to me that you are really
you are saying that
scraping
there
the
was no
bottom.
tradition of
Ajay
law
Bose will
discussion.
respond to you.
If
After that, I'll come
no
to
temple,
Shiv
no
Shakti
even-
Bakshi.
Your question went on for half an hour. You don't take my answer and then you jump to Ajay Bose. Your wish.
Mr. Patra, if you are scraping the bottom for communal issues, you should say it today. We are really scraping the bottom for communal issues. Ajay Bose.
You are trying
Ajay
your
Bose.
best to communalize the issue.
Ajay Bose is responding to
Arnab.
Ajay Bose.
Arnab, I just want to ask a question.
Yeah.
I just want to ask a question to Mr. Patra, if he just calms down. If Samit Patra just
Yes,
calm down.
Ajay, I'm getting
Please
you.
just calm down. I just want to ask you a question. I just want to ask you a question. Isn't it, I mean, after all, you are a sensible person. You are a sensible person.
I hope
Please
so.
try and understand. Does it really gain the BJP in inflaming passions, in creating a situation by needlessly stoking communal tensions in an area? Please try and see it sensibly.
No,
Try and see it sensibly without shouting, without saying he's
But
done this, that.
If your
Please
friend
try and-
Arnab
please
allows
try
me
and
to answer.
Understand what I'm saying.
Ajay,
Who
your
gains?
friend Arnab allows
Who
me to
gains
answer
in
in a
this?
very sensible way. I will answer it. with my tone very less. If only Arnab allows me or anyone to answer.
Please try and calm down.
I am calm, but ask that to Arnab. If he allows me to answer, I will put an answer.
I'll allow
or
you to
else I will sit calm over here. That is all.
The question is this. You see, Hinduism is a great
No, I've
religion,
heard the
Mr. Patra.
question.
Mr. Patra, I'm going.
Arnab, I've
Mr.
heard the
Patra, just
question.
1
You want
minute. We are
me to
going to a
answer,
break, and
Ajay?
one second.
You
Shiv
want
Shakti
me to
Bakshi
answer,
wants to
Ajay,
come.
or you want me to be
Shiv
calm?
Shakti, what's it? Sambit Patra, calm down. You see, I'll tell you one thing. First
don't
of all,
want to
I want to
answer,
say
just
something with
calmness.
great sincerity to you. Sincerity to you, and listen to me very carefully, Mr. Patra. You are a politician from a political party.
No, Arnab, I've been listening to you since half an
You
hour.
are a
Will you listen to
politician
me
from
for 2
a.
minutes?
You are a politician from a political
No, Arnab,
party.
my question
You are
is,
not the
I have
voice
been-
of a religion.
No, please.
You are not the
Arnab,
voice of a
I have been
religion.
listening to you since
You
half
are
an
not a
hour.
voice
Will
of
you
a
listen
religion.
to
You
me
are
for
in
2
no
minutes?
position to teach anyone Hinduism.
No, I know. You are in no position.
You are in no
not to take
position
my
to teach
answer.
anyone Hinduism.
You are the anchor of the show. You should allow me to answer.
Mr.
If you don't
Patra,
allow me to answer,
Mr. Patra,
I'm
it's a
appalled.
thing. No, I just made a statement to you. You should understand what I'm
Yes,
saying.
and I'm appalled by the statement
You
you
are a-
made.
you are a-
You said that.
you are-
Let
you are
me
not
tell
a-
what you said.
you are not a voice
You
for the
said
Hindu
that
community.
since the Muslims are in majority in an area,
No, I didn't say that.
the Hindus staying
No, I
over
didn't
there
say that.
should
What
pull
I
down
said-
the mic,
what I
should
didn't
lose
say-
their
no,
rights.
Mr.
Why?
Patra, what I'm saying
Why can't they
is-
live harmoniously
Mr.
there?
Patra,
Why can both of them coexist?
Mr. Patra, will you stop for a minute? What
No,
I
why
said,
should I stop? You are not
then
allowing me to
continue.
answer.
I'll tell you what. You continue and I'll take the break. You can
take the
continue.
break.
You can
You take the
continue
break.
and I'll
You
take the break. Okay.
Yes,
When you
you take the
finish,
break.
we'll come back. Shiv Shakti Bakshi, I'm going to come back to you on the other side. The question is very simple tonight. You have a law and order situation, which is a fragile situation right now. You cannot use religion in any way, and in fact, I think the attempt should be that if there is religious tension, you should do everything possible to diffuse it. Now, that's commonsensical logic. If there is tension, do everything possible to diffuse it. Don't have to land up there and then create more trouble. And when the trouble happens, then come and say, oh my God, the UP government did nothing to stop the trouble. I mean, this is so transparent, so wrong. And to use religion to justify this attempt to create a communal situation. Shiv Shakti Bakshi ji, when I come back, I'm going to ask you whether you are actually convinced of this yourself.
Actually, Arnab, I was listening to this
Yes.
entire debate and
Yeah.
number one, actually, what kind of logic are you actually giving that there was no tradition of loudspeaker? You are supporting this
No
kind of
tradition,
logic.
no tradition.
There
of
was
what?
no tradition of loudspeaker in temple. Tomorrow you will say, okay, you cannot build a temple here because there was no tradition of a
What
temple.
are you saying,
So this kind
Mr.
of
Shiv
logic,
Shakti
and you are
Bakshi?
supporting this kind
Mr.
of logic.
Bakshi, the district magistrate,
Yeah.
you are not aware of the
Number two,
facts.
please
Mr.
listen to me.
No, one
Please
second.
listen. Yeah,
Mr. One second, please.
that is a
You are
very-
not aware of the facts, and I'd
That
like
is
to
a very-
tell you this. You see, problem with people,
it is a
no
very-
problem
you are
with
not aware
Mr.
of facts.
Bakshi,
Very
Mr.
distorted
Bakshi,
logic.
problem with people
Very
like you is
distorted logic.
that you
And
take
number
a
two,
position
number-
without knowing the facts. I'll
You
tell
are
you the
actually-
fact. What is the fact? The district magistrate approved the removal of the loudspeaker.
The problem is that
The district
problem is that
magistrate
not
approved the
listening to
removal of the
argument.
loudspeaker and said there is no quote unquote long-standing tradition of a temple having a loudspeaker.
No, what
Then
it is,
after that you called for a
long-standing
Mahapanchayat.
was there any tradition of
No.
any tradition
Okay,
of
so
loudspeaker
if
or
that is
not?
the case, then my simple question to you is why on July 3rd you were made an offer that the loudspeaker can be installed after a few days, but you continued with your protest even after that offer was made. That means you have decided to create trouble.
Because it was the administration trying to...
No, but you were made that offer or not? So you were made an offer. So the solution was there, but you wanted to create the trouble.
The loudspeaker was wrong.
No, which means you don't want a solution.
The loudspeaker was wrong.
Arey bhai, what are you saying? You just admitted today. No, you just admitted today.
The way they got down the loudspeaker, the police was wearing shoes. They entered into the temple. They hit the pandit there. The way they
Mr. You
will suffer.
This is
you will suffer because of
today when a solution has been found. I'm asking this question if there is a situation where there is a little bit of communal tension, if a solution has been found, if a solution has been reached, is the responsibility of political parties to let the peace come back, or is the responsibility of political parties to do everything possible to ensure that no solution is found? And if that is if creating, I'm asking you, is creating communal tension good Hinduism? I don't think so. We'll talk more on the other side of the break. Before I went into the break, I asked the BJP representative and I asked the executive editor of Kamal Sandesh whether, given the fact that this attempt to create communal trouble has been largely exposed, the BJP will rethink and go back. Both of them on the counter have, on the contrary, have gone on to justify this BJP-VHP action in Moradabad. I only want to make a comment.
You did not allow anyone to answer, Arnav.
I'm only making a comment, Sambit.
Arnav, you did not allow me to answer. And don't put words into my mouth. I never answer.
No, good. You
did not allow us to answer.
If you're rethinking your position, it's good. I just want to say
No. I am not rethinking my position. First, allow anyone to answer, then we'll treat our
I only am saying this to you, Sambit. You have misunderstood Hinduism as a religion which
I have understood Hinduism very well. I am a very good Hindu.
Yes.
And majority of Indians are very good Hindus and Muslims.
And let me tell you one thing,
The only problem is that you try to communalize every tribal little issue.
Mr. Patra, you see, I'll tell you. Mr. Patra, first of all, I am also a very proud Hindu. I don't believe that Hinduism is dividing religion versus religion. In this country, people are sleeping on roads. You are talking about Akhand Bharat, that is Hinduism. People are going hungry. People are going hungry. No, I am telling you, people are. One second.
Simple matter of law and order.
People are going hungry. Children are sleeping hungry on the roads, and you are dreaming about loudspeakers in temples.
What is this?
People are committing suicide. They are leaving villages because of poverty. And you are thinking of ways in which you can put Hindus versus Muslims. This is silly.
You should have a topic of food security bill.
This is not food security bill. But you have your priorities right.
So naturally I will talk on loudspeaker.
You got your priorities completely wrong. You see.
No, I have my priorities right. When you are cornered on loudspeaker, you change towards food security bill now.
I'll tell you, Sambit, just 1 minute, please, and don't keep shouting.
No, I'm not shouting.
What I'm saying, Sambit, I'm just talking to you.
Just allow me to answer. I will be calm.
Mr. Sambit, please be calm. Problem is, don't lose your composure. Don't lose your composure just because you've lost your argument.
No, I have not lost the argument.
You may lose your argument, but don't lose your composure. The question is,
lost. And I believe if you don't
I am only saying today, and I'm getting Ami Agnik in. In this country today, people are suffering, they are hungry, they are poor, they are sleeping on roads, people are leaving villages, farmers are committing suicide. There are so many problems, and all that the BJP can think about is how to get one loudspeaker involved and interfere in the functioning of law and order, create a little bit of trouble, boss. I'm telling you, you've got your priorities completely wrong then. You are completely out of sync with what people want. And large numbers of people, for some time, they may go with what you say largely. Eventually, people will say, give us jobs, don't give us communalism. That's one simple point. Ami Agnik is coming back to the debate along with Shiv Shakti Bakshi. Ami Agnik.
Yeah, I would just like
Ami Agnik.
One quick point.
Okay, let's get Ami and Shiv Shakti Bakshi on the screen. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Bakshi.
If you are sleeping in the road, okay. Are you asking me to respond?
No, you can respond. I am saying that it's a question of your priorities. For you the priority may be this. For other people, priority may be unemployment, poverty, and issues such as more relevant issues than this.
Or no, why didn't you discuss those relevant issues?
We have always discussed it, and we'll continue to discuss it. Mr. Bakshi.
See, if we are hungry, we are sleeping in the road. That doesn't entitle you to actually hurt our religious sentiment.
Who is hurting? Who is hurting?
The priorities are there.
No, Mr.
Priorities are there. The government is working on those priorities, but that doesn't mean that the religious sentiment should be hurt.
Mr. Bakshi, are you saying to me that Sangeet Som? No, are you saying to me that are you saying to me, Mr. Bakshi, are you really saying to me that that man, that troublemaker, what's his name? He's a professional troublemaker. What's his name? That fellow. Sangeet Som.
These are biased presumptions.
That professional troublemaker called Sangeet Som is good for this country. Are you saying that professional troublemaker called Sangeet Som is good for this country? Are you
professional?
saying?
What kind of word are you using?
He's a professional troublemaker.
Nexus between BHP and BJP.
Yes, I'm saying BJP-VHP Tango.
What kind of?
I said BJP-VHP Tango. What's wrong with the words? It appears the BJP and VHP are working together.
What's words you are using?
No, do I have to take your permission to choose what words to use?
These words are actually.
No, what's wrong with the words?
Be using these words.
What's wrong with the words? What's wrong with the words? It's the truth. You don't want me to speak the truth. So you want to censor me. You feel that you've come to pass, so I'll have to take your permission on what I'm supposed to say.
No, is he a professional troublemaker?
He is a professional troublemaker, Mr. Sangeet Som. It may embarrass you, but he is. I'll say it again. You won't like it, I'll say he's a professional troublemaker.
It is embarrassing me just because as a journalist who should have been a neutral person, he is making such a biased comment.
Are you saying that I have to learn my neutrality as a journalist from you, sir? I'm surprised. Ami Agnik is coming in.
It is obvious.
Ami Agnik.
Can I ask you a question?
Ami Agnik. Subjudice in the case.
Ami Agnik is coming into the debate. Do you think the BJP will pull back after what you've heard?
Why does Congress need to come in and teach what BJP should do?
Once. Do you think the BJP will pull back?
No, Congress will
Yes, Ami Agnik. It's an assumption. You see, everybody, let me get everyone's point of view on whether you will pull back. It is possible you will go ahead and communalize, but if you do, let it be a blatant attempt. Ami Agnik.
Arnav, as I said earlier, there is a design here and a very strong plan in place. So whether they will pull out or not is very obvious. But the one thing which you have noted in the last several weeks, the BJP spokesperson shouts so much they do not let the debate go on in the right direction. Their priorities are very clear because the priority is only one point agenda: defy the constitution, defy the law and order, only see that the fabric of India is destroyed,
the country was blind and was not shouting because you never showed the right direction.
Mr. Patra, please don't interrupt when I'm speaking. Mr. Patra, don't shout like this.
And you did not comment on the spokespersons of BJP, for God's sake.
Mr. Patra, please don't shout.
Spokespersons of BJP.
Mr. Patra, don't shout, please. You are supposed
to
answer,
I'm just
and you are supposed to tell your priorities. You talked about development. You talked about development. You did not talk of creating this kind of disharmony. You did not talk of defying the constitution.
Who is creating disharmony, Amiji?
Defying the law and order system everywhere. You did
who is
not
creating
talk about.
disharmony?
In Moradabad, the BJP is.
2 days ago, when Katju case was discussed, none of the Congress spokespersons appeared on the television. And suddenly, when there is a Hindu-Muslim murmur, each of the Congress spokespersons.
Now, Sambit, you got confused. Mr. Sambit Patra, we got confused. 1 minute. Sambit Patra, you're now.
I'm not confused.
One second.
Mr.
1 minute. I want to say something to something. No, 1 second.
If you don't allow anyone to answer
Ami
and you
Agnik,
want to mislead the nation, then nothing can be done.
Sambit, this is a very interesting position that you are taking today.
Tell me.
In the first part of of the debate, you were factually incorrect. Then you try to change your position.
No.
In the second part of the debate, you are confused. What is wrong today?
When you said that whenever there is a Muslim majority area, the Hindus should pull down their mic.
No, I didn't say that.
I believe they should live harmoniously together.
I did not say
this
that.
is my firm faith. This is my firm belief that Hindus and Muslims should live together. Why should a minority pull down their mics? Why should they pull down their mics?
What you are doing right now amounts in the English language.
No.
You see, there's in the English language. What you are doing,
you are making it a Hindu-Muslim.
No. He wants to make it a Hindu-Muslim.
Arnav is making that from the very beginning. No one else is making
Mr. Patra, what you are doing is in classical English. You know what it is called. Ajay Bose, 1 minute. Ajay Bose, 1 minute. Sambit Patra. This is what happens when people are completely with their backs to the wall. They try to fight windmills. What Sambit Patra is doing in the English language is called fighting windmills.
As the ruling party, to diffuse the situation.
Yes, you have to diffuse the situation.
Are you going to diffuse the situation
or aggravate it?
Aggravate the situation.
Yes. Diffuse or
We have
aggravate?
always been diffusing the situation. Bharatiya Janata Party has never misled the nation.
No,
and I was in the beginning
so
telling
you are calling off
you
your...
all were the ones who were talking about 2002.
So
the Supreme Court went contrary to your views.
So this,
you were the one who was shouting at the top of your voice about Muzaffarnagar riot. But then Supreme Court spoke against your views.
Sambit Patra,
it shows that Bharatiya Janata Party never misleads
Mr. Patra,
the nation.
let me summarize what you said.
It is the insensitive media and the Congress which misleads the nation.
Mr. Sambit Patra, let me summarize what you have said, just to put you correctly.
You never allowed me to say anything.
Since you have said that you will diffuse the situation, you are saying that you will pull back your attempt of your BJP leaders to go to Moradabad and make it worse. I think this decision of yours to pull back what your leaders going to
when
Moradabad
did you allow
and
me to
making
speak
it worse
anything?
will be appreciated by a lot of people.
How did you get to know? How did you get to know of the decision?
You said you're diffusing the situation, so that I assume therefore you're pulling back.
We have never escalated the situation. We have never ever escalated the situation.
Ranjana Bajpai, 1 second. Do you think the BJP representative is going back and forth today? You are hearing Sambit Patra. He says it is your party's fault. He says, kuch bhi ho, eventually it is the Samajwadi party's fault, irrespective of what we do.
It is Supreme Court which says. Sambit Patra does not say that.
The BJP is trying to target Uttar Pradesh especially because they are not in power here. And after the Muzaffarnagar incident, this Moradabad incident, it was a small incident which could have been diffused by the local administration and the local politicians there, but the BJP jumped into it, not realizing that this time they have been exposed and people can see through their game. And in the times when you can see that there is poverty and there are so many issues of jobs and issue of industrialization, I don't think the people are going to tolerate this. And in the elections which they are targeting, in the by-elections, I think they will have to, they will realize what they are doing, because in the recent Uttarakhand elections also, BJP has lost all the seats.
No, Ms. Bajpai, this question goes from me to all the viewers watching the Newshour tonight. In a country where there are problems of unemployment, price rise, housing, and multitude of real issues, in a country where hundreds of millions of people are suffering, what is more important, helping those people or doing something that leads to communal strife? That question goes out to everyone. Maybe the BJP will reconsider what it's doing, maybe it won't. We'll see what they do. Whatever they do, we are going to keep a very close watch on them. Thank you for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.